This week at the House of Mario, I spent about 5 hours with Age of Imprisonment, and I'm quite enjoying it. And we got brand new financial updates regarding Nintendo sales. How exciting! Josh is literally doing backflips. So let's not make him wait any longer. Let's get into the house. G'day everybody and welcome to the House of Mario, the South Australian Nintendo podcast that is backed by a 120 Power Star rating. I'm your host Drew Agnew and the doors to episode 337 are open. Really excited today to talk about a game I've been enjoying, which is always a good time. I don't like coming here just having a whinge. And sometimes a whinge is necessary, but not today, because I don't want to drag Josh down. He's a beacon of positivity. I like sitting here with Josh on Monday nights, so let's try and not drag him down too much. But of course, Josh, JT, how you going, mate?
Hello everyone. Doing pretty well, thank you. Very busy doing things, not just gaming, but running and working and pageanting, Christmas stuff, all happening. Life's good.
Oh, fantastic. After all that, you're like, I'm already down in the dumpster. Don't worry about that, mate. So, and I've got to try and uplift, not just not drag you down. I've got not just stay neutral. I've got to do some work. But no, I'm in the clear. Thank God for that.
You are, yep.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. You are.
Yeah, thank God.
I don't know where it came from.
No, we have a little bit to talk about today, which is always good. We got Nintendo financial reports, which is, I don't know. We get to update the chart, see if Nintendo Switch will finally beat PS2. Will it happen, Josh? It's looking a little bit hairy. I don't know. Do you feel positive about it?
Looking less likely.
Less likely it is a bit,
yes.
isn't it? Yeah.
It's slowing down a bit. But yes, I have a graph. I have things ready to present later on when the time comes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I guess we may as well just jump straight into that. We've got plenty to talk about today, so no point about beating around the bush. Let's just jump straight into it, as Philip DeFranco would say. So I'll read this from Vooks.net and then we'll dig straight into the details, Josh. But the article reads, Nintendo has released its 6-month earnings report for the financial year ending March 2026, covering the period from July to September 2025. We've got an update on how well the Switch 2 is performing, along with new figures for Mario Kart World and the first figures for Donkey Kong Bonanza. Switch 2 hardware sold well, moving 4.54 million units in the quarter and bringing the total number of Switch 2 consoles to 10 million and 0.36. It's reached 10 million units sold about 1 quarter faster than the original Switch. Nintendo lifted its hardware sales forecast from 15 million to 19 million units, but only slightly revised its hardware by 0.5 million software for the original Switch, however, was increased. Mario Kart World also sold 3.94 million units. That figure includes physical sales, bundles, and digital copies. Donkey Kong Bonanza opened strongly with 3.49 million units as well. It'll be interesting to see how this performs over the holidays in the next quarter. The original Switch continues to slow, and we've started to see shifts in which models are selling, with the OLED showing the biggest decline. The recent price hikes in the US won't have helped either. The Switch is now just 10,000 units behind the Nintendo DS. And we assume that, that's those 10 million units have probably now sold, but we'll wait for the official word.
Yes, it's already happened.
Yeah, we'll wait for the official, word next quarter. So yes, Nintendo Switch 2 hardware's at 10.36 million units. So very fast to reach that number. Still outpacing the original Switch, and I guess the fastest selling console of all time at the time of now. And Donkey Kong Bonanza also, it is pretty impressive that it's hit that milestone already with 3.49 million units, and Mario Kart World as well, just like the install base just that Mario Kart World's hit. Obviously, it was bundled with like a lot of them, but it's still very impressive that there was the option not to get it. So we've hit that. Just that install base is just kind of crazy. But I guess before I go into like some of these other numbers, what sort of strikes you? Is it like the software sales from, I guess, the two big Switch 2 titles? Is it just the Switch 2 hardware in general? Nintendo Switch hardware obviously slowing down. We've been talking about that 160 million number to beat PlayStation 2 to be the best-selling system of all time. It looks like that extra 5 million is going to get it, isn't it? It's going to make it pretty much impossible.
Oh, I mean, it's definitely going to be harder now. I in my previous forecast I was thinking end of next year it would hit it, December next year, 2026. But I don't know. These numbers are a little bit softer than I was thinking, so it will get there eventually. It will just take a while, and as long as they're selling, Nintendo made that comment. As long as there's supply for the original Switch, they'll keep demand for it, they'll keep supplying it. And so, Sony, kicking the can down the road a little, updating the Switch so the PS2 numbers has made it a little bit more difficult. But the other funny thing is, the DS is still officially the biggest selling Nintendo console for now, even though, unofficially it would have already been surpassed by the Switch. But wait until the next quarter. But Switch 2 selling 10.36 million units so far. That's like the biggest, fastest selling console launch ever out of any console in history. That's going to, be absolutely crazy come into Christmas period. That's just going to sell even more. They're also conservative, Nintendo, with a 15 million forecast. They put that back up to 19. Like, they just can't shy away from how much demand there is for this thing. But they seem to have their software sales forecast pretty well aligned. But out of those 10.36 million Switch 2s, there are 9.57 million copies of Mario Kart World, and that's like 92% of all Switch 2s have a version of Mario Kart World with them, which is phenomenal. So, pretty much, 100 people aren't getting Mario Kart World with their Switch 2, which is, pretty crazy. And they probably have someone in their family or someone they know who has it, and they can't justify buying it for that reason. That's how high it is. So, some other interesting things with the numbers, like Bonanza sold pretty well. This is from mid-July to end September, so like 2.5 months of information there. Hope that keeps selling really well. And then the way things are going to be reported differently for Switch 2 edition versions of games is going to be weird. So it's going to be annoying for the numbers, because physical Switch 2 editions of, like, say, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, that will count as a Switch 2 sale. But a digital sale will count as a Switch release. So it's going to really split those Switch 2 versions when they come out. It's going to split the numbers a bit. So I don't know, like, they won't appear as high when they split them out like that. The other game that released in the quarter, Dragon Drive, that got no mention at all. So you got to hit 1 million sales within the quarter for it to get a mention. And that game would have been nowhere near that number. I really suspect that's one of the worst selling Nintendo launched games. I just can't see it have sold a lot. The buzz of that game fizzled out so quickly. But yeah, let me share my screen and I'll show you the chart for the Switch 2.
Yeah, I'd love it. Yeah. It is interesting. Like, you bring up Dragon Drive, and like we definitely wouldn't have expected that to be anywhere like near the 1 million figure. But not many games from Nintendo don't hit like 1 million or close to it. Like, it is
That's right.
It is rare, but Nintendo didn't do that game many favors just in the way it looked and the way it played and the features and everything that come to it. Even I was like really looking forward to it because I was kind of into it, but just like missing those online features was just kind of killed it. But you've got your graph up here, Josh, and let me swap our little view over here with the viewers. But what are we looking at here? What's happening?
All right, so this is live for the Switch 2. Sorry, the Switch 1 sales cumulative over time. blue is what actual and the red's my forecast. And then this yellow line's a 160 PS2 number. I'm estimating it's going to be just short here by like 200,000. But yeah, we're really seeing a real sort of plateau. And it's got to get to, another 6 million or so sold in the next year and a bit to get what I'm thinking here. But yeah, it's got a lot to go through still. But the life of the Switch 2 is, going pretty well so far. No, I can't tell much from the chart here. But, I should chart it against Switch 1, have the same quarters adjusted, and I can do that next time. But yeah, looking pretty good so far, Switch 2. And the Switch 1 will get to the 160. It'll just take a while, that's all.
Well, I don't know why I hope so, but it'd be kind of cool just to see a PS2 be knocked off the throne. And
yeah,
because like realistically, like if Switch knocks it off, will there be anything that can topple Switch in the years to come? Like the other platforms seem to be moving more like a bit quicker away from hardware. Obviously, Xbox is just chucking it in the garbage, but you can see a future where PlayStation is more of a service with PlayStation Plus and streaming and things like that. It sort of seems like Nintendo would probably be the last one to hold on to this traditional console model. And it'll be interesting, like, will it be up to them to beat their numbers for Switch, or will it be toppled by a PS6 or a 7? Like, I don't know. It kind of seems...
I really don't know.
It seems like this might be it as far as hardware, because a lot of people are going to be stretched out across PC and multiple other of these like streaming services and all this thing. Like, you don't have to have a PS2. Like, the PS2 was so dominant in that generation, whereas, I don't know, there might not be anything as dominant going forward. Like, even PS4 was like 120 million, and that was very dominant because Wii U and Xbox were both floundering at the time. So they kind of had that generation to themselves a little bit as well, except for when the Switch came out, obviously. But this might be what we look at for the next 20 years or so if Switch actually finds itself up there. But we'll find out.
And Switch 2 is selling incredibly well and the fastest selling. I still don't think it will beat the Switch 1. I think everyone who, people who are really keen for it have gotten it straight away, and it still sell really well. But, history tells us that the sequels never seem to sell as well as the originals. I think the PS2 is the exception, obviously, there. But, yeah, we'll see. It's pretty amazing. So many consoles, so much software. Nintendo dug in their heels with the price increases, and people have really responded to it, and still bought it anyway. And so Nintendo's winning on all fronts, really, when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah, you bastards.
They got us.
Yeah,
they got us.
They got us. Oh well, it is what it is. So to some extent, yeah, because there was like so much fury just on the lead up to Switch 2 launch about the price. And I can understand the game prices, especially Mario Kart, but I wasn't too offended by $700 for the console itself. But obviously, cheaper would be nice. We were expecting like that. Remember beforehand, we were talking like $650, and that didn't end up happening. We had to spend a little bit more, but I don't know. I'm enjoying it, so
yeah,
that's all.
That's right. We're still some great games with it, and yeah, the game prices are the big shock for me. Really, they were the big ones.
Yeah, definitely. Especially since they add up, and Nintendo are pretty good at their release cadence as well, which doesn't help. Maybe if it was like a PlayStation 5 situation with their first parties, where you might get 2 or 3 games a year. It was that's fine. But when there's a game a month, or like in the case of this month, where there's 2 games I'm really interested in with Age of Imprisonment and in Kirby Air Riders. It's like that's $120 just November. Then there was Pokemon not long ago. Metroid's coming up very soon as well. So, I mean, yeah, expensive time.
Correct.
All right. Anything else you'd like to say about the numbers before we move on with the show?
No, except that be good to see Legends EA when that comes out, and that was in October, so no numbers for that in this quarter. So we'll get that in 3 months from now.
Yeah, we just had the individual numbers, which was like 5 million, a little bit more, wasn't it? Which is, yeah, crazy.
Yeah, yeah, and then obviously next quarter we'll get Metroid as well as Age of Imprisonment and Copy Riders.
Yeah. So, yeah, that'll be an interesting one just to see how they all go. Yeah. All right. All right, let's. I want to talk about what we've been playing, Josh, and of course, included in that is Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment. But before we get there, there's just some housekeeping. If you would like to watch the show live, you can go to youtube.com/iDruby, where you can check us out live, much like Dolphin Pants is right now. And Josh and I, we always laugh about this because we set up the stream. It gets scheduled. I go to it, before it's live, before anything's happening, just to get it all set up while, I'm waiting for Josh or whatever. And Dolphin Pants beats me to the chat, and I'm the one setting it up. So, I mean, hats off to Dolphin Pants, or pants off to Dolphin Pants. Actually, that might be a little bit much. Just a hats off. Just had hats off.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated.
So, yeah, once again, always a big shout out to Dolphin Pants. Thank you very much for watching us live. And if you don't want to see us live, because we might embarrass ourselves, so we want to, do a bit of an edit here or there, tidy it up. You can check out the audio version or the VOD over on YouTube, which is personally how I like to consume my podcast. So no hard feelings if you don't come here live. It's all good. You got to come on your own time, not my time. I get it.
Yeah, it's fine.
And let's talk about Nintendo Maniacs, Josh. What's going on this week?
Yes. So usually it's every fortnight. There will be no episode this week. I'm having Michaela on this weekend to record, and so next Monday, or maybe earlier, we'll see how we go. That episode will be up. She's going to talk all about Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment. She will be playing on behalf of the show, and we'll talk all about that. It'll be in person, and I always really enjoy those. So yeah, stick for that. Otherwise, in the meantime, I have my show. Last episode was with Gemma from Pure Nintendo Podcast. We talked all things Pokemon Legends ZA. We had a really in-depth discussion on that. So yeah, check that out. Nintendo Maniacs.
Yep, go and check it out on YouTube, podcast services, all that as well. Very much appreciated.
All of it. Yeah.
All right, Josh. Everywhere. What have we been playing? Because you haven't been playing any Age of Imprisonment. You looked at that game and you said, not for me. So what have you been playing?
Yeah. So I talked about Luigi's Mansion last week. Played that on the NSO GameCube Nintendo Classic service. So I started it, as I mentioned last episode, but I finished it. Have finished it since. It's such a fun 8-hour adventure it was for me, and I don't know, I just really had a great time sucking up them ghosts and exploring that big old mansion from the very first game, and it really holds up. So much charm, so much fun, and I just had a really good time to try and find all the boos, all the secrets. You find the gems. The quality, the graphics in the game looks so nice and cleaned up on the Switch 2 NSO. And I'm using like the controller that you get with the service, and it just felt like, that nostalgic, like this is how I kind of feel like I should remember playing it back in the day, even though it would be a lot more clunkier and all that kind of stuff. So I really love this game, and for all its issues it has as being a launch title and not a Mario game that people wanted, and it was only 7 hours, and back then, as a launch title, that's not a lot of time to play for a brand new game. It was really short and snappy, and it's kind of perfect for NSO, and I really, really loved it. So, I just love this series and what it's become based on this game and how well it did 25 or 24 years ago now. So it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Long time.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? I feel like you'll get this too because we're the same age, but we're getting to that point now where the numbers are getting bigger and bigger, and the kids, they're getting younger and younger. And
correct.
Jesus, yeah. I mean, Luigi's Mansion isn't one that makes me feel old because it's not one that I had as a kid. I didn't have a GameCube as a kid, but like I know you did. But there is like some other games on like I guess Game Boy Advance and even Wii. Like I think Wii's one that's like it doesn't feel like that long ago, but it really was. It was a long time ago. And yeah, even Switch at this point, dude. It's like oh Breath of the Wild. We were like completely different people
Yeah,
when
it's
that
getting there now.
goddamn game came out, which is
Correct.
sickening to think about.
Oh, it's unreal, and yeah, because the GameCube was the one I bought with my own money, and it was like I was there, not straight away when it launched in 2001, but I think I got my GameCube in like '04 or something, and so I kind of like was on the tail end of the success or the lack of success of the GameCube, and so I picked up a lot of the titles. I didn't pick up Luigi's Mansion straight away. That was a few years after that, I reckon, maybe the late 2000s. I did eventually pick and play Luigi's Mansion. But yeah, I got so much fondness for the GameCube. So it is very surreal, these coming back and the classics. And a lot of people haven't played these games now, which is, yeah, pretty funny.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, like you said, it is a good thing that it's on the service because even the little boys of today, little boys and girls, can go and play Luigi's Mansion, and they don't have to worry about it trying to fill in the 2 weeks before Super Smash Bros. Melee came out. That still blows my mind when I found out that was like only 2 weeks after the GameCube's launch.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, that would be crazy
They,
today.
they crunch for it, I believe.
Yeah,
Especially with the time difference between the first games and Melee.
yeah, it's pretty relatively quick turnaround. Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, played and finished that, and then still going with my Pokemon Legends ZA playthrough. I'm getting to the end. I think I have my rank A match imminent. Like I found out that I have the ticket for it, and I'm about to do it. So, I don't think I'm too far off from finishing that at least, and then there'll be a post game. But yeah, still chugging along with that one as well.
yep. I am yet to like play anymore. I've moved on to Age of Imprisonment. I have. I'll talk about this a little bit later, but I've made like a little list of games that I must finish before the end of the year or January or whatever. It doesn't really matter.
Yep.
And that is on there. I would like to finish it probably before this new
Especially for
DLC that comes
with a
out.
Pokemon game, would have thought.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like just like the start of it, I kind of just how tutorial heavy it was. Turn me off a little bit, but I remember how tutorial heavy Legends Arceus was as well, and I love that game. So I just need to get past that and just let me free
Get through it.
and catch
Yeah.
some things. Let me out of here. You're like, I'm in a city and you go down the wrong alleyway. It's like, not that way. I'm like, oh, all right. I guess so. But what do you think of the story? I've heard good things about the story, like how it ties up loose ends from X and Y, some lore things. I've also heard some things like, nah, it's not that good. Like Dolphin Pants, he's pretty much 100% of the game. He loves it. Sam Hay in the Discord as well just finished it. He really enjoyed it. Yeah, so it seems like a lot of Pokemon fans are enjoying it, which is good. So yeah, I just don't want to sort of juggle 2 games at once now, and I'm definitely on the Hyrule Warriors camp. So yeah, I'll stick with that for now. But yeah, what do you think of the story?
Yeah.
Like, does it satisfy? Is it just like a Pokemon story and it's like whatever? But
Oh, no, it's good for Pokemon. It's a good story, and I remember X and Y being very heavy because AZ and the stuff that happens with that and the lengths he goes to, like very very heavy stuff, and that they do go on about it in this game, and so um I was thinking about it, and because they're all like in the same map and they're all meeting up all the characters, you're not just like wandering from town to town and you randomly bump into your rival slash friend. Like, you're regularly reconvening with your friends here. And so they can talk about things. There's a bit of story development. You find out more about their character and things like that. And so I think the story really helps, and you can sort of tell a bit more from that. So the way it's structured really helps for that. So, and yeah, it's really the sequel to X and Y we never really got. That was what we get here in Legends ZA. So I think it's really cool, and I think a lot of Pokemon fans really wanted that because they never got it back in the day. The 10, 12 years ago when they wanted it, it never came out. So finally got it now, and it's pretty cool stuff, I think.
Yeah, no, yeah, when people like describe that to me, I'm like, yeah, it makes me want to go and pick up my Switch too. But then I play something else. I feel like Hyrule
You
Warriors
just get
though.
through that tutorial. It
Yeah,
holds your hand a lot. You've probably got another hour of it, but then you're very, very free after.
yeah, no, that sounds great. But yeah, I feel like Hyrule Warriors, it's giving me that kick to like really want to pick up my Switch and play games,
Yeah, nice.
which is I don't know, something that I struggled with the last few months. So yeah, I'm hoping that's the kick that I need, which will be good. Because yeah, Sam,
Yeah.
he put in the Discord, put in the letterbox. He said, "Oh, Drewby, how are you tracking with Pokemon?" Not well. And so even he said, went on to say, "Any chance of a spoiler cast episode to get you and Josh's full thoughts on the game?" And yeah, since he posted this, Josh, I was thinking maybe in like the holiday period, like around Christmas or whatever. Um, Maybe like our episodes could be like spoiler casts for, for Pokemon, for Metroid. What else has a story? I guess like a couple of things like that. We could fit that in around then when like there's no news or new games coming out, things like that. Don't know. It's
Yeah,
up to
good.
it's up to you if you want to do that as well. But I think that'd be a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
'Cause definitely love to do spoiler casts. It's just this year I haven't really um, finished much. So I've been avoiding spoiler casts myself, like listening to other people's. There's a few podcast networks that I follow when they got like a spoiler cast. Well, haven't finished it. But yeah, hopefully I will
Yeah,
buy the.
I'd love to do it. We'll do it.
Yeah, no, excellent. So yeah, so Pokemon's still gone strong. You almost beat that. And anything else, or is that your gaming wrapped up?
That's it. I did not play the Air Riders global test drive thing. I've decided to leave it until the game comes out. So, and I was playing Pokemon and Luigi's Mansion. So I'm like, no, I'll just wait.
Yeah, I hadn't played it either. I have downloaded it. I think I was playing something the other night, and it might have been, I think it was Dolphin Pants saying about it in the Discord. I'm like, oh, I completely forgot about it. To be honest, I didn't even know what the dates were for it. Like I forgot what they were. Then I went and downloaded it, and the times haven't really lined up with me. And I kind of had a quick look on Vooks. They listed out all the times and dates. And it doesn't really look like there's going to be any good time for me. It's got to be like a very like specific from like 7:30, like pretty much right now for me. This is my sit down and game time, especially for like an online game where I can't quit out and pause and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not too fussed. I'm going to be getting it anyway. Regardless of whether I am a big Kirby fan, but I'm a massive Sakurai fan. I love just all the content and modes and unlockables and things he puts into his games. And I love arcade races, so there's a lot of green flags for me. So I'm kind of there anyway. But of course, if I do get a chance to play it, I will take it. But it is what it is. I did try to play the game at PAX, but the line was too long. I think Jesus Christ has said to me, "Just wait till the game comes out, champ. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's too inconvenient for you to play it early.
To play demos, just go for the real thing.
Yeah, just play the game when it comes out." But yeah, I hope everybody else is enjoying it because yeah, it looks like I sent a few clips and it just looks nuts, like insane. Just like all of like the power abilities that you use and like the sword copy ability where it's just like going nuts with the sword and like everything in his path is just getting ripped up and getting shot out of cannons and through waterfalls and Jesus Christ, there is so much stimulus happening and I love it. Yeah. Like just watching the direct as well. I love how everything is voiced over. Like it feels like a Dreamcast arcade racer. It feels like Daytona. It feels like something more like that than just Mario Kart. Which I don't know. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm just curious how I feel about the actual mechanics of just like you're automatically driving and you're basically holding an A to like emergency brake around corners and you hold that in to charge up and boost. Like I haven't really played anything like that. Like it's very unique to that type of game. I will boot up the original. I do have the original on my AYN Thor, so maybe the weeks before I should just dabble in that, get a bit of a taste of the original beforehand. But I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And for the house brawl as well. Like it'll be kind of cool because we'll have like multiple modes to play, so we can do like the top down view or city trial or just races. Like we'll have a few things to do too.
Yeah, we'll be able to do a lot of different modes for sure. I
Yeah.
look forward to that.
Because we're going to play Mario Kart today, and it seems like, that's the easy go-to. So we will have like another easy go-to, which will be at least good just for the podcast, even if we never play it outside of that, Josh.
That's fine. We'll rack up the hours in that game doing it that way. That's fine with me.
Yeah. All right. So what have I been playing? Obviously, Hyrule Warriors, but I'll talk about just a couple of other things beforehand. But really, I gushed about it last week, but still loving my AYN Thor. Set it up a little bit more. Set it up with a like DS emulation, and I wanted something just easy to jump into, so I went back to an old classic, and that is Tetris DS. And man,
Nice.
I absolutely love this game.
Oh, yeah.
And on this thing, I've got it set up with retro achievements, so I can get achievements from doing particular tasks in a game. We all know how achievements work, and I had a look at them, and there's achievements for like all the modes in the game, and I realized that I haven't really played much out of Marathon, which is just see how long you can last. You go up the levels, it gets progressively harder, and when you die, you might go for your high score or whatever. And that's kind of just what I play. But these achievements sort of had me like looking into the other modes, which I've typically stayed away from. So while on a Sunday, while the kids were in the backyard, they're making mud pies and all the sorts of things, using the hose, making a mess of my backyard, but that's all right. They're happy. They're content. I took the Thor out there.
That's all good.
And
Yep.
I played some Tetris. I went through the different modes, and it's really quite cool. Some of them, I'm like, why wasn't I playing this earlier? Because I loved this game when the DS was, the Nintendo Portable. But I never really dabbled outside of it. There's like a mode where your opponent's on the bottom screen and you're on the top screen, and you're trying to push each other to each end. It's a little bit like
Okay.
it's a bit like opposite tug of war, kind of like when you clear lines, you push them to their side, and it's set up like the whole thing of Tetris DS. It's like extremely 8-bit Nintendo themed. So like Mario, Zelda, Metroid, all of this music's playing in the background. So it's just like, if you're a Nintendo fan, it's just the best atmosphere to be playing Tetris in. So this particular mode, it's based on like Donkey Kong. So you're trying to push them to each end of the level. And I really liked it. It's really cool. And say if you don't like, if there's like a gap that isn't I guess filled in the bottom, like your opponent hasn't put a block there, if you release a block, it just like disappears. So you've got to like really sort of think about where you're putting the different shapes, so you don't just like send one to the abyss. You can't just like drop it. So if they put a block down, you can sort of like do like a bit of a hook with the L shape blocks that come down, and you can do that. So that was really good. That was a mode where I'm like, I should have been playing this, but I kind of just stuck to what I was familiar with. And there was another mode called Puzzle, where it's just like I think it's got like 200 or maybe even 250 puzzles, where it is just like you have 3 turns and you've got to clear all the lines. So you are just selecting on the bottom screen like what block and what position you want to put it in and where it goes, and then it sort of auto fills in. And that was a lot of fun too, because like there was some like real head scratches, like, man, how do I make this work? But in the midst of like an actual Tetris match, I would never think to put this block there, and it clears like 2 random lines, and then that drops, and then that allows you to put an L block in or a square block in easily. So yeah, that was really cool. It might expand my my strategies going forward. But yeah, just full of great modes. Yeah. Just like it had so many modes, but I just played Marathon. And this is just a great example of why achievements are something that I want in Nintendo games, because I was playing Tetris, good fun. I was wasting some time just getting that dopamine hit, playing some Tetris, clearing some lines, getting some high scores. But when I said, what are the achievements? And I go into it and I look, oh, there's one for this mode, and it gets me exploring the game, sort of trying out new things. And I think that'll be that'd be great across modern Nintendo. But yeah, I'm glad that we've got the retro achievements there. And I dabbled in like a lot of games on this thing. So like I just got it set up. Every emulator I set up, I wanted to try out a few games. On PS2, I checked out Burnout. I love like having racing games, especially from like that era on GameCube and PS2. Going back to Burnout, Need for Speed, all of that type of stuff. Having that just in my pocket is so good. Set up the Simpsons Hit and Run on the PS2 emulator as well. Simpsons is kind of top of my mind at the moment, just because it's all that Fortnite stuff's happening with the Simpsons crossover.
Yeah. Yep.
I would love to just go and buy a Homer Simpson skin and get involved, but they're just so expensive. They're like $30. I'm like, absolutely not. Just
not happening.
Just no. So I'll just go back and explore Springfield offline in my own time for free. Thanks.
Yeah. Get you that way.
Yeah, because The Simpsons Hit and Run, one of my favorite games. Played it on.
Such a great game.
I played it on my mum's PC back in the day on keyboard and mouse. And if you think to yourself, how the hell do you play that type of game with a keyboard and mouse? You find a way. If you don't have a console,
just with the only way you'll make it work.
Yeah, the WASD keys moving around and the mouse for the camera, like in a car game. Yeah, really ideal. If I did that now, I'd probably just want to bang my head against the wall, but I did it.
You would.
Yeah,
I reckon you would.
So yeah, I'm gonna go back to that eventually for like a nostalgia trip, even if it's only like a little bit at a time, just mucking around. Because I 100% of that game back in the day, got all the collectibles and everything, and really memorable sort of a gaming experience for me. So love that game. But the other one that I spent the most time with is the Game Boy Advance game that I love going back to, and I really hope this comes to Nintendo Switch Online, is Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire on the Game Boy Advance. Love this game. I love Pokemon Pinball, man. Like I haven't really played much of the Game Boy Color version, but Ruby and Sapphire, that's a game that I had when I was a kid. I remember going to EB Games, getting a secondhand copy, boxed. Still got a really nice box of it for like $50 and enjoying it that way. And yeah, once again, just going through what are the achievements for this game. And it's a lot of just like collect this many Pokemon, do this bonus mode, do this, do that. And it's just really satisfying to go through and try and get some of those achievements. And I kind of like it as well because I've set up rewind. So if I lose my ball, I'll just rewind it. Look, I'm doing it on my own time. I'm not competing with anyone. I can cheat. Yeah. No one cares. So
it's your own fun.
Yeah, so I'm able to get way further than I could when I was a kid playing this game. So I think there's like a bonus mode after a while. So there's 2 different boards. You can play on the Ruby board or the Sapphire board. There's differences between 2. I'm playing on the Sapphire board at the moment. And there's like a bonus level, I guess, where you go in versus Kyogre. And I'm able to get really far. So I got to the point basically in like just one run where I caught Kyogre. You've got to like do that bonus mode like a few times. And then once you do that, there's a Rayquaza bonus mode and you do that a few times and you can catch Rayquaza. Yep. So I'm just catching these legendaries that I had no hope of probably catching without rewind. So yeah, it's just really fun. Just great device to pick up and play. So I'm just picking it up. Everything from a DS game to PlayStation 2 to Game Boy Advance and everything in between and beyond. Just once again, I love this thing. I love it even more after an extra week with it. The amount of games I've got it on it is insane. 3 terabytes all up I've got on this thing. A terabyte internal memory and a 2 terabyte SD card. There are thousands of games.
It's a lot.
And I love it. So much fun.
It's good. They need to bring this game to NSO. That's a slam dunk. That's Sapphire pinball game. That's definitely happening sometime soon.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because the Mystery Dungeon game's on there. So I think that's the only other spin-off Game Boy Advance game. So it'll happen eventually. Pokemon Company just don't want to bring the mainline games everybody's aching for. But yeah.
Correct. Spin-offs, have at it.
Yeah, have at it. I mean, I'll still be happy though. Play it on the big TV. I guess I can play this on the TV. I just got to plug it in with a USB-C, but
yeah,
easier on the Switch too, I guess. But I guess speaking of Switch 2, I've been playing Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. And big thank you to Nintendo Australia. I did receive a review code to check out the game, so thank you very much. And Josh, the first thing I thought when I booted up this game is it just looks really nice. It looks cinematic in a way that I guess we didn't really get from Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild. Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom was pretty cinematic at the start, but I feel like just the way like the camera is behind Zelda as you're walking with Rauru and Sophia, like when you first go back in time. I knew that I was in for a nice little treat. And before, I feel like I was watching cutscenes in that for like 15 minutes before I even started playing. Like, this game is exactly what I wanted it to be. Kind of just like, I want to be immersed in that period of time when Zelda goes back to ancient Hyrule, learn about the characters and what happened, get more context of what happened in that time apart from, the 5-minute cutscenes as you find them throughout Tears of the Kingdom. And kind of in between there, you're participating in like just full-scale battles, which in that period, from what we can tell from the Tears of the Kingdom, I guess cutscenes and that happened. There was like a full-scale war that happened. So it is very fitting that that this game is based in the Hyrule Warriors, because there's just like thousands of enemies just coming at you. And even if you're not like yourself, Josh, where you like this isn't really my type of game, it is definitely like a fitting genre for it to be in, because it's just insane shit's happening. Like all the team ups and the amount of enemies and what Ganondorf unleashes on the land of Hyrule, where it's just shit's fucked. Just to put it bluntly. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I've played it. I checked my little clock in the game. I'm just under 6 hours. So yeah, I played it a fair bit.
Yeah, decent.
On Friday. Then I played it a bit today. So I didn't get to play it over the weekend because we had a few things with family, and that had the local show and some other things. And a lot of my game time on the Sunday was on the Thor, just playing some easy pick up and put down games. And I mainly did that. I didn't play it on the weekend because I was like, I don't really want to miss out on the cutscenes. Like, I don't want to have to pause and put them down and all of that when the kids, kids distract me or need me and, I'm busy or whatever. But then today I picked it up and I spent like an hour just going through side quests and all of that. And there was like no story in it, really. I'm just sort of like upgrading my weapons and doing side quests and all this stuff. I'm like, oh, I could have just done this the other day. Just, smoothed over some of these. So it is more of like a pick up and just quick pick up session game than I thought it might be. Just judging from like my first few hours with the game. So I'm like, might be able to squeeze in a few more hours in dad time, which is always handy.
Good.
Yeah, which is always music to my ears whenever I can do that. But yeah,
I'm glad it's gelling with you as well. Because some stuff hasn't lately, and 6 hours already in the last few days. That's awesome. Because I've always like the story interests me because I want to know a lot about the ancient Hyrule and first king Rauru and Sonia, his queen, and how all the things that come to be, and with it being canon and actually unlike the other game, actually explaining what happens. I think that's a really cool thing. So it's just sadly just those Dynasty Warrior games just don't quite do it for me. But maybe I need to give them a go properly one time. But I'm glad to hear you're gelling with it here.
Yeah. I mean, I was once like you. I remember like Hyrule Warriors on Wii U getting announced, and Bryce, he was a big fan of Dynasty Warriors, so he was excited about the idea of Zelda and Dynasty Warriors crossing over together. And I was like, oh, really? Yeah. Like, just this kind of trash, just mashing buttons and just whatever. And I never really got into Hyrule Warriors. Like, it was, it just felt like Hyrule Warriors with like a Zelda skin over it, and it didn't really grab me. But what changed my mind, I think, over the last few games, like Fire Emblem Warriors was just Dynasty Warriors with Fire Emblem skin. But I feel like Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, that was the game that changed my mind because I guess in between there was Dragon Quest spin-offs, there was a Persona 5 spin-off, and I feel like slowly the team at Koei Tecmo have been sort of evolving their crossovers to really implement mechanics and the feeling of the series that they're crossing over with. And that was super evident just with 3 Hopes because like it had like the weapon triangle, it had like the relationships both on the field and off the field. It felt like Fire Emblem 3 Houses, but just instead of the turn-based battles, it was just the action gameplay. And that was a game that really captured me because for me, like I'm not really a strategy fan. I don't like when I'm moving around the squares and thinking about my positioning and things like that. I love turn-based, but I don't really like strategy games. So I've always fallen off of Fire Emblem games. I love like the character development and everything about it, but I just when it comes to playing the game, I'm not the biggest fan. But I love my time with 3 Hopes because it was all of that, but it was just like action instead of like the strategy.
Yeah.
So then I went back to Age of Calamity, this sort of just pre Tears of the Kingdom, hype myself up, play a balls to the wall Zelda game, and I love that one as well. That was in my sort of opinion, it was a lot more Zelda than it was Dynasty Warriors compared to what Hyrule Warriors was on Wii U. And I feel like, the series has only sort of evolved from there. So this game, it feels like a Zelda game. It feels like Tears of the Kingdom, like from the cutscenes to the text that comes up to the sound effects to the voice acting, everything about it feels like Tears of the Kingdom. If you said that this was just made by Nintendo when they decided to do a different type of gameplay, you'd believe it if you just played the game and you didn't have any other context for it. So yeah, that's what I'm really loving about it. I feel like just a few things that I've heard from reviews and just my own thoughts on the story that I've experienced so far. I don't know if there's any like big revelations or deep dives into like important lore. It is very much just like here's the story of what you already know. Some things are filled in between the cracks, and then there's like a fair few brand new characters as well that you had like no idea of that weren't in any of the cutscenes. So I think ultimately, I don't know if it'll go as deep as I would like. Like I'd like to learn more about the sacred stones. I'd like to learn more about some of the finer details. And that might be me just being really nerdy about Tears of the Kingdom because as simple as that story might be, like you could probably distill that into like a pretty short book to read to your kids before bed, like a fairy tale. That's essentially what Tears of the Kingdom is. That story struck me so hard. I love that story. I love like the lengths and the sacrifices that were made in that game. And it hit me so hard. So the idea of being able to experience like, I guess the real crux of that story that happened in Tears of the Kingdom. I was really excited when it got announced, and as I'm playing through it and just being in that world, being back there, just actually hanging out with Rauru rather than like experiencing like flashbacks, like just how kind they are to Zelda, and you're in the moment rather than just like what happened here. Like very different context where like Tears of the Kingdom, you get to a place and you're like, oh my God, this place is messed up. Like, what happened? When you find out, oh geez.
You're getting in different orders, and it's hard to put things together sometimes, whereas this will be from start to finish, and you can sort of put it all together in your head a bit more, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure. And like there's one cut scene where something big happened. It's not a spoiler for this game necessarily. If you played Tears of the Kingdom, I won't say it. But it's kind of it's basically the same cutscene that you see, but you get like a lot more context beforehand, a lot more context afterwards, and then as the story like progresses, you get more going on that way. So yeah, it's just from that perspective, really great. A lot more cutscenes than I thought, like way more than Age of Calamity, from what I can remember anyway. So yeah, in that respect, it's great. I will say, like, the actual combat itself, it's not super in depth, which is fine. Like, compared to Fire Emblem 3 Hopes, yeah, nowhere near as in depth as that. It's not, it's not copying a strategy game. I guess it's not trying to bring those mechanics to like a action combat, but it is pretty cool. Like, you're using a lot of the Zonai devices. You've got like your weapons, which are usually swords and things like that. But Minoru, one of the Zonai, Rairu's sister, her sort of moveset's based around her using all of the Zonai devices. And like, it's very impressive just seeing them in use, all the different combos you can pull off. And yeah, she's probably one of the more unique characters compared to like a lot of others that have swords. Zelda's obviously a magic user, and she's able to like stop time and rewind it, so she can like throw back projectiles and all this type of stuff. So once you get into it, you can pull off a lot of different things. A lot of the time, it does have like a combo. It lets you see what combos you're doing, just like in the UI, and that's pretty useful because as you progress the game, you get a lot of upgrades. So you unlock different combos. Your combos become stronger. You get heart pieces. You get all these different things that you can make your characters stronger, as well as just leveling up naturally, which is good. So yeah, I feel like there's definitely enough there, because for me, I want to see the bombastic action. I want to see characters looking cool, doing their thing, before getting another cutscene. And yeah, the game is definitely falling into that. So yeah, I can't wait to play some more, and hopefully the story wraps up well, because yeah, if it wraps up at the end of this time period, and play Tears of the Kingdom, I'm looking forward to getting more context into that, because that's probably like, yeah, it's probably my favorite moment in gaming. Like, I don't know. I just loved it so much.
Yeah,
with what happened with it. So
it's huge.
Can't wait to get there, and look forward to hearing what Michaela thinks too, because she's a big Zelda nut. So it'd be interesting to see. Did she enjoy Age of Calamity or Hyrule Warriors, or is this just her being a big Tears of the Kingdom fan, so she wants a bit more, or what's her history with it?
Yeah, she did play Age of Calamity. I don't think she played the other Hyrule Warriors games. And yeah, she did enjoy that. But yeah, it was just a little bit like wanting it to be canon, and knowing the events that happened in that didn't actually reflect what actually happened and followed into Breath of the Wild was a little bit of a letdown. And so this is definitely more exciting for her, knowing that it's actual backfilling of what happened in the imprisoning war that leads straight into Tears of the Kingdom. So that's cool, and that's good to see. So yeah, she's definitely keen for it. It looks really great. I did watch a little bit of the cutscenes at the start tonight when she started playing it. But yeah, that's literally the extent of what I've seen from it so far. But yeah, watching from afar, hoping it's good, because I don't know. There's been a few of these now, Hyrule Warriors games. It makes me kind of feel like it's taken on the Dynasty Warriors name, really, in a way. It's become a bit more synonymous with Zelda stuff than the actual original games themselves. Now, there's been a few iterations with Zelda in it. So, yeah, I've heard some things with the story aren't as promising as they were hoping to be. But that might depend on who is playing it. So, yeah, keen to hear both of your thoughts later on.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I heard like a summary of IGN's review, which basically went over the story, was a bit disappointing, and yeah, I might get there as well. But I think at very least it's just kind of cool just to be with these characters that we I guess experienced and saw the ramifications of what they did back in ancient Hyrule and how that affected Link and his journey in Tears of the Kingdom. So at very least, I feel like I'm going to have that, and like a fun game just to hack and slash and upgrade and tick things off the map, because my God, there's a lot of things on this map. It starts off with like not many, but then you do a side quest, 5 pop up. You do another side quest, another 10 pop up, and they're all just like there's like one icon you might just press on it, and you can just do a few bits of ingredients, and that upgrades a heart for one particular character, and yeah, so it doesn't take up too much time to do each one, but yeah, it's good. So we'll see if I have it wrapped up next week, or I never touch my Switch 2 and I'm in my same old problem, not playing games.
Fingers crossed that's not the case.
Fingers crossed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, very good game. Very good game.
Nice.
All right. Where should we move? Oh, I guess we got some news. I was gonna should we play some Mario Kart? But let's get through some news at a brisk pace, and we can play some Mario Kart together, Josh. So, not too much this week, but there was a bit of a leak for the Super Mario movie. What is this brand? So Pillsbury's Ready to Bake Cookies. So it seems like they're going to have a collaboration with the Mario movie, and Yoshi is on front. So we've got a few renders of from the movie with Yoshi and Mario. Namely, like that stance from I guess the box art for Mario Galaxy 2 with Mario riding Yoshi. And Yoshi looks so cute in these renders. I think he's going to be hopefully that comic relief character. You can imagine him just be almost like the donkey in Shrek in some ways.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't wait for this movie. I'm really looking forward to it because I'm going to take my son to it. It might be his first cinema movie, unless we go to something in the meantime. So I'm really looking forward to it just from that point of view. It's going to be so much fun. He loves the Mario movie. He hasn't watched it in a long time, but at one point in his life, it was a daily watch. So I can't wait for it. So just to see Yoshi so lively and cute in this, really looking forward to it. But yeah, what do you think of the leaked Yoshi render?
I mean, I think it looks like I expected him to look. It's nothing majorly different. He doesn't have a different size nose. It's not like DK's reimagining in Donkey Kong Bonanza or anything like that. So yeah, that's definitely Yoshi. I reckon that's the real one. Yeah, he looks like I expected him to be. But yeah, that doesn't mean I'm any less excited for the movie come April, which it's really not long now. God, it's only a few months away. I'm very keen for it.
It'll go quicker than you think. Yeah, absolutely. I think.
Yes.
I think just looking at him, I think it's just he's got dinosaur-like skin, very subtly, and his eyes are big bright blue eyes, like the other characters do in the movie too. So I think that just makes him look a little bit different because we're so used to seeing him basically in his Mario Kart / Mario Party, just normal model. So at this point, anything that looks a little bit different in the Mario universe is quite cool. I guess speaking of movies, the Zelda movie is now officially in production. It's in the filming process. It's being filmed in Wellington, New Zealand. So just like all of the fantasy movies, live action, Zelda's being over there too. So that's coming out in the cinemas the 7th of May, 2027. And I'm very much anticipating just to see what this looks like too. I think a lot of people sort of look at the Zelda movie and be like, why isn't it animated? But I'm honestly happy they're going for a different approach for Zelda. I kind of dig that it's going to be live action. I hope they pull it off because it can easily be pretty corny and bad, but it can be pretty cool too. I'd love maybe the darker aesthetic or something for Zelda being based off of. Do you see it being based off of a game, or do you see it being like an amalgamation of some of the big hitters?
I think an amalgamation of the big hitters, but probably a lot of Ocarina of Time, I'm thinking, would be the main one, I would have thought.
Yeah,
I think the whole boy to, growing up story, I think fits well with it as well. And, you get the Triforce gets explained really well in that game. So I think that's the one. Don't know what you think.
Yeah, I think that it fits really easy to a movie. Like you think Link to the Past with the Dark World and stuff too. That would be cool elements. But yeah, I feel like Ganondorf instead of Ganon as an actual antagonist, like the more human approach to it. I feel like that always feels like the stakes are higher. Like I felt like the stakes were much higher in Tears of the Kingdom than Breath of the Wild, just with like, this force that was Ganon's. Like, oh, then you see him at the end, he's just like this big mess. But throughout Tears of the Kingdom, actually, like, like the Demon King and all that, it felt like a lot more was at stake in some ways. So I can see that translating better
Yeah.
to a movie, like actually having an actor play Ganondorf, and but yeah, I'm very interested to see what approach they have, because I think there was some, I don't know if this was official or not, but there was something about like it's going to be a trilogy, so it could be its own thing, like with like
Oh,
highlights from each game, and then each movie's based on each part of the Triforce. So you have like Legend of Zelda, then something of wisdom, something of courage, something of power. That could be a really cool approach to it as well.
okay.
But I don't know.
I
That
don't know
was-
about that.
yeah, that's fair enough. That's-
It's kind of assuming it's going to do well enough to get 3 films. I'm like, just make one good first film, please, and then worry about a sequel after if it's popular.
yeah, it's
And
never
we'll see.
really a good sign to be like, we're making 3. It's like, oh, Jesus. Just make one. I
Totally
agree with that.
one, and we never get the other two.
I will say though, just like that idea, assuming that it's really good, is a cool idea. Like if they pull it off, like
Yes.
this is wicked. As Zelda fans, this is very exciting. That'd be kind of a cool setup. But yeah, I can see them just doing the same things what the Mario movies are doing as well. Like yeah, with the newest one being the Mario Galaxy movie, you could have like the Ocarina of Time movie, the Skyward Sword movie. The Link
I mean,
Between
Sky
Worlds
Sword's the
movie.
other possible one if they're really going to do like an origin story
Now,
and build it up from there,
yeah, up from like an origin point of view,
like
like,
modified.
yeah, I think Ocarina of Time probably is the one, like to really like nail it
Yeah,
down.
I agree with you. Just yeah, people like something else here, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it will be. They will have to have like 2 different actors for Link in that as well, which might be tougher. Or they just don't do the whole. Well, I guess I would have to. It's the hero of time. They've got
You know,
to.
give him a little stubble as a boy growing up. You know, they could find ways.
as a
AI.
as young Link, he's just like he just kneels down and puts his shoes under his knees. He's like, oh, I'm a little boy.
Oh, little kid.
Uh,
Perfect.
yeah, just nailed it.
You got the idea.
We got some, I guess, information about the Pokemon Legends ZA Mega Dimension DLC. It's coming December 10th. So that is when I need to, I guess, beat the game by so I can get involved in the DLC. Looks cool. There's going to be Pokemon up to level 150, which is crazy. First for the series. We've got some new Mega evolutions as well. My favorite being Chimecho. Chimecho is one of my favorite Pokemon. So to see it getting this this Mega evolution, I'm like,
Yeah, it's cool.
oh, it's pretty cool. Didn't get the Starmie treatment, thankfully. Didn't just grow legs or some dumb shit. But yeah, so we can get it here in Australia for $45, the DLC. So hopefully it's pretty sizable, because this isn't coming in 2 chunks or anything like that, like the previous DLC content for Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet. That was like 2 different parts. This is what seems like just like the one experience. So hopefully it's big for that much, because that's like, was that a third? Well, not quite a third of like. That's a bit more actually, a bit more of like a third of the game. So hopefully it's good. But as a man that's been playing it, Josh, looking forward to more content. It's a lot sooner than I thought. I thought it might be early next year, to be honest. So this was a lot quicker than I thought.
Yeah, yeah, a lot sooner. Makes me wonder, when it's this soon, whether they just cut a chunk out of it
100%.
post game, decided to sell it to us and add some more, you know, as this DLC. So yeah, you want to think it's substantial. I think they're adding a whole bunch of new Pokemon and obviously the new Mega Evolutions, X and Y, Raichu, and then this different world where the Pokemon you face off in your own can you give it donuts and the calories or something, and it extends their levels. So I think I saw like 160 enemy Pokemon in the trailer, things like that. So it's
Oh.
really going to really strengthen and bring a bit of a different change into the Pokemon battling. Make them feel even stronger again, which is a cool thing. Um, yeah, I hope it's good. And it's not much of a wait, really. It's a week after Metroid. I just want Metroid to breathe. I could have waited to January. I could have waited another whole month.
You still can.
I just want Metroid to sell well.
You still can wait. It won't disappear in between, I guess.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
So yeah, and last but not least, we got a brand new Nintendo Store app. So a lot of people are excited about this, mainly because you can actually check your playtime all the way back to 3DS. So Wii U, 3DS, you can actually check out your playtime, which is pretty cool. And you do have an option to buy Nintendo eShop games through your phone instead of just going to, I guess, your web browser and doing it that way. So pretty cool. But Josh and I can't do it because it is not available in Australia. So boo earns.
Sad.
Boo earns to Nintendo.
Yet.
But yeah, is this something that interests you? Do you want to buy stuff on your phone, or are you pretty happy just going to the Switch? Because the thing is now the actual Switch eShop works. Beforehand, it was very handy just to go on your web browser and probably buy a game because your computer can load the eShop, but the Switch couldn't really. But now we have options, which is good. I'm kind of just interested in the playtime.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have for me. Yeah, I'm not too fussed about it. But yeah, I always like looking at the store to see the prices. Sometimes I'm away and talking to someone, or I want to how much did that game cost? I'm not buying those games until I get onto my Switch anyway. So yeah, the play history would have been the cool thing for me.
The thing that maybe frustrates me a little bit about this, apart from it not being here, is that how many goddamn Nintendo apps do we need for Switch on our phones? Like, we have the Switch app, we have now the Store app. Like, there's like a few different. There's the parental guidance app. Like, there's a few on here. Like, because I saw this sort of difference between PlayStation and Xbox. PlayStation, their PlayStation app had their store. You can message friends. You can do everything in the one app. Xbox, they had a different one for cloud streaming, a different one for Game Pass, a different one for messaging, a different one for the store. I'm like, my God, how many Xbox apps do I want? I just want it all in the one app. So when I want to do something on PlayStation, I go to my PlayStation app on my phone. When I want to check out the Steam store, whether it's my wish list or the forums or whatever it is, I go to the Steam app. But yeah, it's not that big a deal, but it's just, yeah, I wish they just put it all in the one app rather than just like on my phone. It's just like, all right, I've got all these red icons. Because like Nintendo Music, Nintendo Switch Online, like it's all just, I'm like, all right, here's another one to get. But yeah, it's not the biggest deal, but I just like it in the one
Yeah, it would
app.
be nice, but yeah, they don't work that way anyway. They won't change it.
No. All right, Josh. We didn't do it last month, but we will do it this month. It is the House Brawl. So we're going to play some Mario Kart World. We're going to do a knockout tour. Josh wants to redeem himself from last week or last time. 2 months ago, a month ago, whenever it was. So best of luck, Josh. How do you feel about tonight? I haven't played Mario Kart since we last played Mario Kart. So it's been a little while.
Not as often as I should. That's for sure. But yeah, it's just one of those things I can pop back into anytime, and I feel like I'm pretty well there. Surely.
Yeah. Man, we just need some DLC for this bad boy.
Kayla does have my Pro controller. That's the only thing, and she's using it to play Hyrule Warriors right now. So I've got my Joy-Cons in the grip, and that will do, I'm sure.
Yeah, I just play with the Joy-Cons beside it, just in each hand, like a madman. I just raw dog those Joy-Cons.
Yep.
All right.
But for those who don't know, Drew absolutely robbed me last time.
I did. I really did rob you.
Robbed me.
That's a good way to put it.
Literally, the last second, you overtake me to win.
Dear. All right, so I'll set up the room, I guess. Do you have to do like a private one? Let me do a private one. Because we tried this last time, didn't we? Where like we tried to just do like a random lobby where we could actually play with other people. But it didn't work. Frustratingly. Alright.
Yes.
We go. Online play. Join Josh's. Beautiful. Hopefully it works, Josh, because otherwise we're in trouble. I will say too, I think this is my first time playing on my new OLED monitor too. Mario Kart looks nice.
Yeah, I bet.
It's very good. I played.
I joined you.
What was that? Sorry.
I joined you. I think we're in the same.
Yeah, I hope so. I joined you.
Oh. I joined you, and you're not in my thing here. You should join me then. Why aren't you in it then?
Yeah, I literally joined you.
I'm in a waiting area.
Yeah,
About to join now.
Yeah, I've left. Because how do you set it up just with CPUs? I think we're gonna have to do that. Because when we
tried this last time, we failed miserably, didn't we?
Yeah, so I'm
gonna have to fail. I'm gonna have to quit this.
I've created a room. So let's just do that.
Alright.
So I've created a room. I don't know. Sure, I can do my settings from
Yeah,
here.
you said you were going to, and that's why I joined you.
Yeah, I did. Then I got scared, and I thought it was just going to chuck me with randoms.
So, you've created a room?
Yeah.
That's a room I do.
I am driving around like a madman. Can you see
Do you
me?
have a room ID, or I just join you?
Should just join me. I didn't do a room ID, so.
It won't let me. What's your room ID?
I don't know. I didn't make one.
Bear with us, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. I'll quit out my room. You make a room. I didn't choose room ID. I didn't make one. So. Go to online play again. JT's made a room. Join. I'm playing as Scuba Diver Yoshi. In the B Dasher. Or was it the D Dasher? I think it's the D Dasher from Mario Kart DS. On the front cover.
So you've joined. Very good.
Yep, beautiful. Now you can set up the
start
hacks.
game. Will it actually? It's going to be CPU.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't think we can do it.
Right, or
With,
do you want it?
no, that's fine. I don't think we can do it with others. Like it just doesn't work. Just doesn't work.
The update fixed that.
Yeah, well,
if anyone knows, can give us some tips. That would be good.
but it just never works. Like we jump in a race and it says computer said no. Are you that familiar with the Knockout Tour routes, or do you just sort of go, yeah, that one will do? That's what I did then. I'm like, yeah.
That one will do.
Yeah, I just went, yeah, that one.
Definitely familiar.
All right. Good luck, Josh.
Okay, here we go. Time for redemption.
Starting
Thank
off
you. Good luck,
at-
Drew.
Yes.
Will the best man win?
Oh, you're ahead.
I love this map.
I did too. Like this
Right,
music is just some of the best in the game. Like it's just so good.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive too. Like it's like a brand new track. It's not based on nostalgia or anything, but it's so good.
Yeah, it's one of the best games.
Also, when's the soundtrack going to come onto Nintendo Music? Like all 200
Yeah,
songs.
that's. I hate that they started this trend of new game releases tying in the music after Mario Kart World.
Yeah, and they only do like a few tracks as well. Then Kirby has like 2 special releases for its songs. So okay. you just put the soundtrack on?
Yes.
Is it going to spoil the game if we hear the
Yes.
soundtrack? So, oh, God. I was playing actually about a bit of Mario Kart
We get it. From
7 on my AYN4, just testing out 3DS emulation.
mm
And this game makes Mario Kart 7 feel so stiff. Just like how you can like do the multiple tricks in the air to change your trajectory and all of that. Like Mario Kart 7, you've got to be very specific with your hop off of a ledge to do a trick. Like, man, this feels awful compared to this game. Like,
not like coming back to this.
yeah. I guess say what we want to say about Mario Kart World. Like the actual playing of the game, the gameplay is great.
Yes.
Just the quality of life features leaves a bit to be desired, I think. But yeah, I wish to. Yeah, it feels great to play. Where are you at the moment? I'm third.
Fourth, I am.
Fourth. Oh shit, right behind me. Gotta get those coins.
Got fucked up by a couple of red shells there, and I had the wrong items to fix it. So it was a bit annoying.
Oh no, Josh. Bloody bullshit, isn't it?
Plenty of time still.
Oh, no. Out of time. Out of time, mate. When do you reckon we're going to get some Mario Kart World DLC? Surely next year.
Oh, next year, surely. Has to.
I'd be pretty confident
The
for...
tracks,
Yeah.
mode.
That'd be great. I would love just like... If they just like clean up those quality of life things just with how you can keep track of what you've done on the map and add more maps and stuff to it. I mean, brilliant. That'd be very exciting.
Yeah. I mean, they've got locations of P-switches you've collected now, which is good, but yeah, like future ones or ones you're missing. Yeah, it's still, they haven't quite gone all the way.
Wait, so what have they added for keeping track
they're
of your
listening.
P-switches? You can actually see them on the
They'll
map?
show you now. If you check the world map,
Oh.
yeah, you can see them.
Oh, brilliant.
That was one of the recent updates.
Oh, cool.
But it doesn't show you where the remaining ones are or anything like that.
Oh, that's okay, though.
And I don't think it shows you Peach medallions.
Yeah.
But it showed you this. It showed you the question mark things. Yeah.
Yeah. That's okay, though. I mean, at least the P blocks, that's... Yeah. That was the frustrating thing. Just like... I don't know what I've got. Because it'd be good to look up... At least you can look up a map of all the P blocks. But, I don't have that one. You can go to it. Like, you just tick them off while you're hanging out. Not doing much. Like, I kind of like... Every now and again, just those games just ticking off things off of a world map. Mario Kart would be like very nice to be able to do that, because that's what I do in Forza, like Forza Horizon, like that. Those maps are just full of things to do. You go, I'll go and do that race. I'll go and get that billboard. I'll go and like you're just constantly doing things.
You just chip away at it.
So that's what I really wanted from this game, and just the fact that the map shows you nothing, where it's like, oh, well.
Yeah, this doesn't quite do it.
Yeah.
It doesn't quite do it. Oh man, getting horrible items. I'm just getting hit at the wrong time. Are you first?
At the moment, yeah. Say at the moment because we know that can change quickly.
Oh, I just don't look like doing well here.
I don't know. Where are you at the moment?
Fourth.
Fourth. Oh, that's not too bad. Oh, I hit a power plant.
Get it.
Didn't have to do that. Actually, I went back.
Really, not happening today.
No, Josh, get that luck. You get the luck at the very end. Don't worry, mate.
Better. Need it.
I was playing Mario Kart DS as well, and when I was younger, I used to be so good at the snaking because that game the power boosts were broken.
Yeah, yeah.
And I used to be able to snake so well. I consider myself really good at Mario Kart DS. Going back to it now, I can't do it for shit.
Yeah.
I can't do it for shit. I have completely lost it.
It's a skill.
Yeah, well, it's a skill that my idea of boosting in Mario Kart has just been completely thrown on its head just because the mechanics been different for, what, 15, no, like 20 years? Literally, yeah, 20 years, I guess.
Yeah, long time now.
Yeah, because that game came out in 2005, so obviously I was playing it a lot after it came out. But yeah, so that's another game that you think about when we were kids. Mario Kart DS is 20 years old. Oof, that's rough.
Oh yeah, yeah, 100%. Well, come on.
Oof. Oh shit. I went to hold my shell behind me. I just threw it. I must have reverted a bit to one of the other Mario Karts. Playing the older ones.
I don't think I am anywhere near you, Drew, so I think you're pretty sorted here. You get up to second at least for now. It's not anywhere near you.
Oh, that's alright. It's only
Some pretty amazing items here. Oh no. Again, red shells. Oh well. Gonna fall one off. Yeah, not happening today.
God.
Done, Drew.
Race isn't over yet, mate. Who are you playing as? Waluigi or Luigi?
Oh, Luigi. I'm done.
I'm done.
I am, yeah, just not happening.
The time for the comeback is still here, Josh. Not really a corner here though for you. There we go. It's done. It's done.
We're done. I was nowhere in it. No, nowhere near.
Got to the last segment at least though.
Yeah, just. Well done. Very good.
Thank you, sir. So that's the first game in November in the books. Now, Josh, I don't know if you're keeping track of these because I'm not. I know you had a spread lease.
I am.
Spread lease. What was that? A spread sheet.
Spreadsheets? Yep.
I've lost my words. You've got a spreadsheet somewhere. You got the spreadsheet man. So, yeah, I guess we can start again with a punishment next week. Something for you to look forward to. So I reckon you should pour lava over your body, and then jump in water. And then you've got to stay encased in stone for a week. That might be sound about right. Does that sound fair?
Oh, sure. Yeah, sounds good.
Yep. All right, let's finish up the show with just a couple of questions from our Discord community. Of course, you guys are more than welcome to join. If you have not joined already, join the iDruby Homestead. There's a link in the show notes or the VOD show notes. What do you call it on YouTube? The description. Go and check out the description. Got a question from Dolphin Pants. He said, select a Nintendo franchise or character of your choice. Pitch me a trilogy of films for your franchise/character. And I feel like, I guess, just with Zelda, that's already there. I kind of really would like the idea of it being done really well, focusing on each aspect of the Triforce. I think that'd be kind of cool. Whether it's focusing on, I guess, each character, each movie, I don't know, or just the general theming. It could be like your standard setup where the first movie is pretty lighthearted, the second movie shit hits the fan. You know, that could be based on power, Ganondorf's rise. And then you have like the comeback story. I guess, you know, just what Star Wars did in the original trilogy. You could do something like that. um, but I think as well, just trying to think of another Nintendo franchise because like for me, like Pokemon, Mario, and Zelda. I mean, it's sorted. It's in the works, or it's been happening for years. So I'm not too fussed, but I think it'll be cool just to get more like just more media in general from some of these franchises. Because for me, just what I was talking about with Hyrule Warriors, I really want more from like this world of Hyrule in the Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild. I would love to see like whether it's an anime or manga based on that particular like world. I would love to see more of that. So whatever that is, I would love just to get more Zelda because the idea of like a game, just another game. I don't necessarily need a whole another game. It takes 6 years to develop and all of that, but just more of the lore, more of the story, more of the characters. That'll be cool. But I can imagine you, Josh. I'll leave it on the table for you. I won't say what you'll probably say. But what about you? As far as Nintendo movies, what would you like to be presented on the silver screen?
I think you know it already. It's Metroid. I want a
Hells
Metroid
yeah.
trilogy.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Absolutely.
want Samus to go full circle. Metroid based on the Alien films. So let's go full circle and give Metroid Samus her own films. So it's going to be horror but themed. Lots of scares. Lots of you don't quite know what's going to happen. You're hunting down aliens, and because there's not a lot of dialogue. You need a bit more dialogue in these films. She needs a character she's talking to, so she gets that a bit in like Metroid Dread, doesn't she? But you could have like Adam Malkovich from the Galactic Federation. She could talk to, instead of the, you did the scanning a lot in Metroid Prime, and that's boring, just text on a screen. But you could read that out, or like, talk about the story with Adam a bit more. But you don't need a lot of words, just a lot of action, tense moments, and you could follow the original Metroid 1, 2, 3 if you wanted to. Get Mother Brain, destroy all the Metroids, and then that one Metroid that you save at the end of the second film saves you at the very, very end, and into the third film, just like Super Metroid. Hey, there's a trilogy right there. So, again, I just want more love for Metroid, so that'd be my answer for sure.
Yeah, it'd be really cool if they were, because Mario's aiming for like the kids. Hopefully, Zelda aims a little bit older, like I guess teen.
Yeah.
And it'll be like I don't think you'd really make a Metroid kids movie necessarily. So I hope they would embrace like the more
No.
mature themes and just
The
the whole
adult,
feeling of
right.
what those games invoke. So that'll be really cool. I think another one, like another one of your favorites, Josh. Pikmin. I think we're definitely getting a Pikmin movie. There's no doubt about that. I think that's going to be the next one announced, probably out of like what we already know, because Miyamoto,
That'd have to be animated. That one, surely.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, it could be like some guy in New York's like, one day Johnny finds a little creature called a Pikmin. Oh God, what's this? It's a little
Pikmin.
what's this red little thing? Oh God, it's hot. It's like this summer, join Johnny as he goes on an adventure with red Pikmin, green Pikmin, rock Pikmin, yellow Pikmin, as they try to define what it means to be alive. Yeah, so yeah, I think it would be a cartoon.
It's like that. That'd be super fun too. They could make it, really aim towards the younger audience. Go use animations, and they could have some fun characters. Bring Louis into it as well. He's an idiot. I love him, and you got a movie right there, surely.
It kind of seemed like what they were doing. I forgot the name of those short animations that they did only a few weeks ago, sort of teasing like Pikmin.
Yes.
I kind of
the baby.
My first sort of thoughts on that was like, oh, they're teasing a Pikmin movie. Like that's what I thought they were going to lead into. Like I didn't expect a game. I didn't expect really anything else. I thought this is like a movie or something, or at least like a a bigger, smaller animation, but it's just like, no, this was it. I was like, okay. So they're definitely I feel like it's a great fit. Like it can fit into that minion sort of stereotype. They can have them just doing cute, funny things, running around, and they can even have like a Honey I Shrank the Kid sort of aspect to it as well, if they want to go into it that way. So yeah, there's a lot of things you can do in Pikmin, because like it's a very niche game just in what it is, but yeah, as far as like an idea and the characters and everything, it would be it'd be cool. I mean, a dream one, and this is greedy, but Super Smash Brothers, like that would be sick. Like there's like a big threat. There's all the characters there. They're all voiced. They're all like that. That would be phenomenal if that was pulled off, just expertly. That would be like a Nintendo fan's wet dream. Just going to the cinema to watch that.
Yeah, way to go.
Like
Yeah, for sure.
even if like all these Nintendo movies like tied in together, you made it like an Avengers moment where like Link and Mario finally meet and shake hands to take down this Master Hand threat or whatever it is. Like, you know, that'd be kind of cool. But also, I kind of just want these movies at the same time just to stay as the standalone franchises, stay apart. Everything's a crossover now, so it's not that exciting. Like, you know, Fortnite, you've got just, everything has to be crossing over. Even
make us wait for it. Give us all the other individual films first, and then Super Smash Bros.
I also wonder if like they probably won't do that because like Zelda's live action, Mario's animated, you know, other stuff's going to be animated, other stuff's going to be live action.
Yeah, how would it fit?
Yeah. Like there will be more Zelda movies. There will be like there will be an animation one day. Like there's no doubt about it. There'll be like a more kids based one, potentially based off of like Kid Link or like Link from Wind Waker. So yeah, there are possibilities in the future for that. And another question from Conpie.
Sure.
I actually replied to this one because I couldn't. I felt like this was aimed at me. No, like a shot at me. I think not really. Compie's nice, man. He says this year feels like it's been an absolute killer for great games. I've just finally started putting some time into Hades 2, and I'm loving it. What slipped through your fingers so far, and what do you want to go back to? So when I read this, I'm like, what slipped through my fingers? So I'm just like, I literally replied, pretty much everything, lol. Because it really, it really has. And I just want to read Compie's reply. He says, haha, I feel this. I've had great intentions all year and just never really finished anything. Played Hollow Knight because I wanted to play it before Silksong, got around to 80%. Same with Expedition 33. I'm really close to finishing that, but won't because it's too hard to get back into. Assassin's Creed I started, Borderlands 4, and the same, bloody hell, haha. So yeah, I do feel good about that comment. I don't feel alone. Another dad in the Discord being like, hey, look, my fingers have been wide apart this year too, mate. A lot of things have gone. Fine. A lot of things have gone through. So I have the other day I made a list just about like what. Yeah, I mentioned this at the start, but what games do I really not want to let slip through my fingers? And I won't do all of these in the next 2 or 3 months, but I definitely want to get back to Expedition 33. I want to wrap up that story because I want to know what happens. Donkey Kong Bonanza, need to go back and do that one. Pokemon Legends ZA, need to do that one. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, which I'm doing now. Kirby Air Riders, like I want to make sure I spend plenty of time to do that, do the single player and all that, but that's not like a super important one to get through the actual single player stuff, but that's there anyway. Metroid Prime 4, I don't want to let that one slip. Then other ones which are longer ones, I've got Trails in the Sky, the first chapter, and Digimon Time Stranger, which are longer games. So they're like on the second tier compared to like, I guess, the Nintendo games. And in amongst there will be like indie games and things that I'm playing as well. I'm playing like Hades 2. I'm playing a lot of Mega Bonk, which is just, like I talked about last week, it is just Vampire Survivors in 3D. A lot of fun, unlocking stuff, that dopamine hit. A great game to play on my Thor with YouTube on the second screen while I'm just listening to a podcast and just mega bonking. So yeah, a lot of the indie games I'm playing as well. But as far as stuff I actually want to play and finish, that is the priority. How many games is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, not gonna happen, but just to remind me of like what I want to hit, at least attempt. But yeah, what do you reckon, Josh? How's your year gone in gaming? What slipped through your fingers? And I guess also what hasn't slipped through your fingers? I feel like you've been doing a pretty good job this year, keeping up with Nintendo releases and the stuff you want to play.
Yeah, I've definitely like had to like focus on Switch 2 and Switch stuff. I haven't played a lot of other stuff, which I probably feel like I have in other years. I I played like 80% of Donkey Kong Country Returns HD and I didn't finish it. So I want to finish that.
Oh,
I didn't get around to finishing Xenoblade Chronicles X, even though I got 35 hours in, got my mech, and, effectively the best hours are ahead of me still. So I still need to do that. And then outside of that, I've done a lot of Mario Kart World. I pretty much finished Donkey Kong Bonanza. There's still a little bit of the post game I need to do, and I kind of want 100% that game, so I want that on my list. And that's about it for Nintendo stuff. I don't really have any other need for everything. I've finished them really, and I will finish ZA. I'm in the process of doing that. So, Hollow Knight is the other one because I've gotten to 5 hours of that, but that came out at a bad time with other games out to play. So that's the other big one for me.
Was that Silk Song or the original Hollow Knight?
Sorry, Silk Song.
Okay, yeah, because I know that you played the original one a bit too, and yeah, just want to make sure.
Didn't finish that either, but I jumped off and I was ready to jump off at the time.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, I bought Silk Song. I played it a little bit, and yeah, I might play it one day, but I'm not really in the mood for it right now. I sort of like wander around and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I've got no idea. Also, don't really have like the drive to like really sit down and explore it right now either. I'm just here supporting a South Australian game, even if they sold millions and millions of copies anyway. But I'm here.
You bought it. That's it.
With my cash, $30 cash. Slapped it down on the tables. There you go, Team Cherry. Add it to your war chest, you greedy bastards.
Greedy bears.
So I think that's all for the questions. Let me just double check, make sure I don't miss anyone. Like I said as well, if you want to leave us a question, feel more than welcome to join the Discord. Leave it in the letterbox channel and we'll read it out next episode. I will just shout out Zach for making a meme of like Drake holding up his hand, like, oh, no, not that. So with Drake saying, ugh, he said playing a new Nintendo Switch 2 game. And for hell yeah, he said playing a 20-year-old Tetris game. Because I said I was playing Tetris and I haven't played Pokemon.
Yeah.
So it's like, yep. He made up the meme. He dunked on me. It was really good. It made me laugh. But the heart wants what the heart wants. So it is what it is.
That's right.
All right, Josh. Well, that brings us to the end of episode 337. Anything you want to say before we shut the door and tell everyone to get the hell out of here?
No. Have a great week, everyone. Enjoy your gaming.
Yep, enjoy your gaming. Have a great one. Hope you're enjoying either Pokemon, Zelda, whatever you've got on your Switch 2, or you might be like me, just digging into your past, playing some old Tetris with some old beeps and bops from Nintendo's greatest. Whatever you're up to, I hope you're having a great time. We'll leave you with the Nintendo Jukebox. Recently, Nintendo added Animal Crossing New Leaf music to the Nintendo Music app. So I'm going to leave you with the Town Hall music from Animal Crossing New Leaf. So hope that pleases you. You have a good time. But until next time, guys, the doors to the house of Mario, they're closed. We'll catch you later. The House of Mario, a Nintendo podcast, is proudly recorded in South Australia. It's hosted and produced by me, Drew Agnew, alongside my co-host, Josh, or JT if you like. Be sure to check out youtube.com/iDruby, where I share all of my other content and stream the House of Mario live every Monday night at 8:30 p.m. Australian Central Standard Time. Join the Homestead Discord to be a part of our growing community, chat with fellow Nintendo fans, and get involved with the show through our mailbox channel. And don't miss JT's fortnightly Nintendo podcast, Nintendo Maniacs. Each episode features a brand new guest, and if you love the House of Mario, you'll feel right at home there too.